Hello, everyone. Welcome to Psychic Soul Guidance Directory. What day is it? Thursday, June 6th. Actually, I should know that. It's a very special day for me, but I won't bore you with those details. In fact, there's no one probably watching at this stage by the looks of it, so I've got no one to bore anyway. If you do decide to jump on, it's going to be a great show. We have Nicole on, the Animal Communicator. Anyone that's watched us in the past when the two of us are on, really, God help you all, anything can possibly happen tonight. So pour yourself a drink because you're going to need it. And if you have any animal questions, definitely get those to the surface. Again, I really feel like I'm speaking to nobody at this stage because the little number's telling me it's 0 people watching, but that's okay. This could be quite an interesting show. So if you are there, do say hello because maybe my little number's wrong, or maybe you didn't get the notification. Either way, it is a new moon tonight, and it's in Gemini, and it's also in the sun sign, and it's also in Jupiter, Mercury, and Venus. And those planets are actually lined up to the moon. So if you actually go out tonight and have a look, if you can see the night sky, you will see those planets in one big line next to the moon. So the energy is quite, and they're all in Gemini too. So Gemini is in Jupiter, Venus, and Mercury, and the moon, and they're all lined up as one. So if you're a Gemini sign, yeah, just good luck to us all basically for the next few days. But it's going to be very, very powerful. You might find energy is going to be quite erratic, indecisiveness. Maybe you're going to be going back and forth a lot. Gemini is in all the elements tonight, and it's quite strong. Lydia, good to see you. I think you might be the only one watching at this stage. At least we are live. That's a good sign. That's a good sign. Wasn't sure if maybe it didn't go live. Wondering where even production isn't even on. So anyway, anything's possible. If you would like a question tonight, please do post it in the comments. I'm going to bring Nicole on and we're going to have a bit of a chat. Hello.
Hello, and hello, Lydia. Hello, viewer.
To all of the one viewer tonight.
All my fans.
Oh, it's jumping up to 3. We've got a few people jumping on now. The message went out. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. To be honest, a little bit tired, but I think that's my age. But I'm very cold too. I know we live in Queensland, but I'm freezing. So
it is. Look, it's well. I mean, I've still got my aircon on, but I've got lights and adrenaline, so I need some form of breeze coming through. But yes, I did put on a pair of pants the other day because I was a bit cold.
Must be freezing.
So cold. It rains. What did you say? It rains in Sydney when good astrological things happen. I think it rains in Sydney a lot. So does that say a lot? But yeah, I just learned only just before coming on live, so I don't have all the facts with me and what it all sort of means. But yeah, Gemini, it's a new moon tonight in Gemini, which is also in Sun. And it's also in the 3 planets, Mercury, Venus, and Jupiter. I'm pretty sure it's Jupiter, which have all lined up in one big astrological line, basically, which only happens once every so often. So that alone is already quite significant. But the fact that Gemini is in every single one of those planets, plus the sun, plus the new moon, very interesting. And I've got Gemini in my moon. When I look at my astrological chart, I'm having a mini stroke here. I'm just trying to get the words out. Too many big words for my small brain.
They are big words.
They are big words. And so I've got Gemini in my moon, which moon's ruled by your emotions. So, and I've got Gemini, I think, actually in my Mercury too. It's in one of those planets. So anyway, if you are a Gemini star sign tonight, over the next 3 days, you're definitely going to be feeling probably quite empowered because it's really, the energy is all working to your favor. But also, if you're not careful in a way, it can also work against you because it's a lot of energy to take on. And for everyone else, it's more just understanding the traits of a Gemini. So that back and forth indecisiveness that can happen. Geminis like to make 2 decisions at the same time and do both because they can't stick to one option. So you might find over the next few days that you may struggle to make little decisions. And that could be something simple as even what to have for dinner or go left or go right. You might find that you're just in two minds for the next few days. So watch that, because you could use that to your benefit, to your advantage, especially making choices and manifesting stuff. If you make a choice and stick to it, then you can really take that to the next level. Anyway,
So
just some random useless facts for you all to know. But something more important. Tell us about who Nicole is, how you work, and yeah, how you work.
Okay, so first of all, I know a few Geminis, so that makes perfect sense.
Okay.
We even have an alter ego name for one of them. And yeah, I know. So everyone, hello, I'm Nicole Elizabeth. I'm an animal communicator and I work remotely. I work exclusively remotely, purely because I live rural. So for me, I can work with people all over the world. I don't need the animal in front of me. I can work with animals that are living or past, and I pretty much pick up their emotions, their will. Sometimes they talk to me. Sometimes I even pick up songs. I hear things and I relay it, hopefully in an accurate way, to the people, to the owners, so they understand how the animal feels, and kind of sort of relay the animal's perspective of life back to the person, because we don't always know what the animal thinks and feels. And it's kind of like having that third party. Just, you can sort of tell someone, the third party, something that you wouldn't necessarily tell someone close to you. So I'm kind of like the third party or the telephone cord. So I just connect to the animal and relay what they give me, and hopefully without my interpretation, because I don't need to interpret what they give me. What they give me is what they say. So you get it raw, you get it real. And
yes,
yeah,
which is what we like.
Yep. Yeah. So fun.
Yeah, definitely. I wanted to ask you, because I like to just throw you animal questions. And what will be for people watching is, if you are watching, feel free to post your questions. So you can do obviously psychic readings as well, not just animal, although animal is your specialty.
Yes.
Which is what I always say too. If you are watching, quite often you can just ask general questions with the majority of psychics that we do have on. But when someone like yourself is on that, can connect directly to animals and that is your specialty, I always say take advantage of that, because you don't get that often. So if you do have animal questions, definitely bring them to the surface first tonight, and we can definitely help you with that. But yes, we welcome all your questions as well. So if you are there, definitely post your questions. I had a question now. I've just completely.
It's normally me. I have a new event tonight. So people do have. Yeah. So it's called "What's the Tea?" Have you seen these before?
No.
I was scrolling randomly and I saw them. I'm like, "Oh, what is the tea?" And they have like things like this. So people get an offer, or an obsessive lover, or So I mean, I can try those out tonight, but obviously, yes, try and stick to the animal questions. But yeah,
I wanted to know. I probably kind of already know the answer, but I'll just throw it anyway. I've got a couple actually, but more so just because I'm in a situation where this is kind of relevant at the moment. When, as humans, we mourn and we go through grieving, right? How does our animal respond, and do they know that there's something? Obviously, they can sense that something's wrong with us because we're grieving and we're not ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
How does the animal respond, and what's the best way to help that animal after you probably have come out of the grieving stage? Like, how do they grieve, or do they grieve?
Yeah, that's an excellent question. So many answers and so many examples I can give you. So yes, they do grieve, and so I can give you an example of which one I'll pick Pebbles. So Pebbles was my sheep, and her baby passed away at 8 weeks old. Now Pebbles saw her dead baby, but Pebbles would run up and down the fence line calling her baby for days and days. It was just so distressed as a mother. She lost her baby, and it was heartbreaking because you could feel the pain in her bellowing. Now that's obviously a sheep, and she's quite loud, and then I'll get, you can get another animal, say a dog, that would lose their best friend and they withdraw and they just don't see themselves. They're just unhappy. They may stop eating. They may not go in a certain place because it smells of the animal. Animals are very, very good at picking up when there's something else wrong. So they may, and as you look back, you may find, oh, that did happen. They may either one of two things: go and sit next to a sick animal more to try and do a bit of energy healing on them.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so I had a duck, Clara. She used to live inside only because we couldn't get her outside. We'd put her outside and she'd just walk in the dog door. Like we gave up. And every time we brought in a sick pet, say there was a sick chicken or, whatever, because we rescue animals and you get sick animals every now and then, she would go and sit next to them. And she would just sit there. Yeah, and if it was a little chicken, she'd put a little beak in there and just try and help them feel better. So some animals will try and do energy healing on other pets. Some animals are too distressed and they'll stay away from them because they don't. It's distressing knowing their friend is sick. So they do know when animals and people as well are dying or are really, really sick. So I had a client, and actually her and her pet are both passed now. The pet showed me pain in this lady's shoulder. Now, this lady was riddled with cancer. And when I said to her, I don't know, why I'm seeing this shoulder, and she said, I actually hurt my shoulder. So they can actually pinpoint where you're feeling either sore or even depressed or anything like that. They can actually feel your energy. They're the best energy healers, best energy readers ever. So some animals, though, giving you an example, one of my dogs, she wasn't really too upset when one of our other dogs died. She's like, okay, well, let's just move on. Yeah. But another one of my dogs was so depressed for about 6 months. And all we could do for her was acknowledge her pain and sit with her and explain to her we understand her pain because we're going through it as well. You can also do things like color therapy. So you can put different colored blankets in their beds. So each color represents different forms of healing, green healing, orange for trauma, those sorts of things. And the vibration of the color can help reset their energy as well. So that's really good for rescue animals as well. They've gone through a traumatic experience. So, but some animals just take a long time.
So that goes into another question that I've asked you in the past. For those that may not be aware, when you're talking about the color therapy. So, stereotypically, we're told that dogs only see in black and white. But I know you've answered this already. But maybe in a short version, because you've just talked about the color therapy, I straight away went, but hang on, do dogs see color or cats?
That's a great question. Yeah, because I couldn't get my head around it for a long time either, because I'm like, well, scientifically, they can't, because the cones and the rods in their eyes, they can't see the colors. However, every color, every word, every emotion has a certain vibration. So they can translate that vibration into a vibration that they need, and they can translate that vibration into a color for us to acknowledge, for our brains to understand it. So that's why someone can say, I can see a green ball. Well, they may not be able to see that, but the vibration they pick up on. So everything's vibration, and they seem to be able to understand vibration and emotions better than us. So yeah, they can understand vibrational.
Okay.
That's the way I understand it from the animals. Anyway.
Yeah, no, I like that. So I think I just heard a bing. Was that you? Did you hear that?
No. Oh.
I just heard like a silent.
Oh.
No, it was like a church bell. That was really interesting. I heard it, and I've got headphones on, so I heard it in my ear. Anyway, interesting.
That's weird.
Yeah. Yes and no. I mean, shit happens all the time. But anyway, if you are watching, welcome. We haven't started yet. Well, we have started, but we're going to get stuck into some reading. So if you are watching and you would like a free reading with Nicole, she is an animal communicator. So definitely take advantage of that and ask any animal questions. Of course, if you don't have any animal questions, psychic readings, like general sort of psychic readings as well, not mediumship really as such, but just more questions are welcomed as well. So definitely post them. At the moment, we just have 2 questions. So definitely post your questions for Nicole. It is a new moon energy tonight. So all the Geminis are loving life right now. I am just going to get stuck straight into our first question while we're here, and that's with Lydia, I do believe. Because I have new responsibilities at work coming. How do you see me managing this?
Oh, how exciting. I'm going to use my new deck.
I'm excited for your new deck.
Do you know what? I got these. I thought, oh, I actually got this for my birthday recently, and I was like, oh, what is the tea?
I love it.
Yeah. I actually haven't seen all these cards either. Oh, okay. We've had some fly out. Jeez, they're really slippery.
They're new, aren't they? So they haven't been worn in yet.
Yeah, no. Oh, these are weird. Okay. Is there someone, this says moves in silence. So this gives me the indication that there may be someone trying to undermine you or undermine your decisions, making you second guess them. And I feel like this is, okay, so many things coming to me at one time. I feel like this is someone that is just niggling here and there, just sort of trying to put doubt in other people's minds about the decision you have made. So I feel like you need to be these responsibilities that you're going to have to manage is be very clear, ensure that you know your path and your direction and why, because you may have to actually explain yourself. Not that you need to, but it feels like someone may try and push you. So if you're very clear and confident and show the confidence in your decision making, that will get rid of the people that are, may think, why'd she do this? Yeah, I don't know how this relates. This comes up with marry for money. There must be someone in your circle that marries.
No comment.
No, I'm just going to leave that one there. I'll see how that goes. Oh, there you go. And this is about ignoring. It says ignoring, and then you can see the little cat down there. Now, cats are great just setting boundaries, and cats are great for ignoring people they don't really care about. So if you've got someone trying to, I wouldn't say backstab, but just try and make jealousy, I think is a little bit a better term for it, and trying to make other people doubt your decision making. Just ignore them. You just be as comfortable as this cat on the bench there, and because people, they can't sort of, if you've got your direction and your goals and your opinions and everything set, they've got nowhere to go. So there you go. That's my
perfect.
That's my connection. I hope that makes sense.
It did to me. She did say, this is the person that's going. So she's raised it as a question.
Oh, could be quite a bit of jealousy, feels like maybe you got an opportunity she didn't, and she's just feeling a little bit peed off about that.
I'm getting that, and I heard jealousy too. But I mean, it's almost let them. It's workplace environments are hard. You can't avoid them. Too many energies and personalities. It's going to happen. Hello to everyone. That's hi to Sue. Hi to Nita. Sean. I believe, yes, you can ask a question for YouTube. Just put your question in the comments below, or I'm not sure how YouTube works. I never really used YouTube, but I'm guessing it's the same deal. Just write them in the comments. So if you have jumped on, I can see a whole bunch of you just jumping on now. Nicole is an animal communicator. So if you do have your animal questions, definitely bring them to the surface while you've got the chance to ask animal questions, because we can get general readings pretty much all the time. So Linda has just said, yes, makes sense. Thank you. Hi, Lisa. Good to see you as well. So for those playing along at home, Lisa's actually on my show straight after this show. So if you love, if you love your psychic readings, Thursdays and I call them, I've got my show straight after this one at 8:00 or 8:10, technically 8:10 tonight. Lisa's actually my guest psychic tonight. So definitely keep the party going after this. And I'm going to keep the questions going for you with Georgia. Can I just please have a reading? Now, Georgia has then also said here, what is happening with myself and Trent?
Oh, let's focus on that question. I feel like these cards are going to be. Do you know what? Actually, I've got another new deck too. I'll pull you one from this, but I'm feeling one from this. Messages of Love Oracle card. Oracle deck. I don't know where the hell I just pulled card from. Okay, what's happening with Trent and Georgia? What is happening? It feels like you're not sure where you stand, and it feels like a lot of promises, maybe empty promises, but I don't feel like it doesn't feel like there's intent behind not fulfilling the promises, just a lot of, I want to fulfill these promises. Oh, what's this one? Hope. There you go. Hope. What does this say down here? I haven't given up on us yet. There you go. So that's a good indicator, but I do feel like there's a lot of also hope in wanting to fulfill these promises. What are these promises? I actually see like a promise ring. So there may be something will come full circle as well. All right, one more card from this about Georgia and Trent, and then I'll switch to the what's the T? Mend. Oh, I want to fix our connection. That light's not very good, but this is mend. I want to fix our connection. So I feel like they're pretty good cards if you're not sure what's happening in a connection at the moment. A bit of hope and a bit of mending them. That looks pretty good to me. But I feel like it's on him, to be honest. I feel like he has to mend this connection. And I feel like, too, it's important to let him.
So this is what she's saying. He's left his wife, but she's threatened to take the kids if we pursue this, and he's so broken.
Oh, that is one of the T's. Oh my gosh. That's a lot.
The mend card makes sense.
Okay, yeah, there you go. And also empty promises. Okay. What's the T? What's the T with? Which is why. Sorry, this is taking a lot. I feel like I have to do this one. Travel. Ooh, are you guys planning a trip together, or there's some sort of separation or travel? Like I feel like a break from the situation, possibly a break needed to sort of and I'm not even sure actually if it's where the both of you, I feel like maybe you need a break. You need to travel and pull back. Because like the whole rubber band theory, if you what is it? If you push or pull, they'll pull away. God, what is it? Do you know what I mean? The rubber band theory. Like
is that magnets or rubber beam?
Oh, I can't remember. But it's basically
I know there's the magnets that pulling. Push. Oh, yeah, I know what you're saying though. Yeah, push and pull.
But if you pull away, let him come to you, because I feel like there's a lot that he has to deal with. And quite possibly you need a little bit of time away, and then he can come to you almost disconnected and dealing with that, because it's also something that you can't help him with that situation as well. Like you have to actually step away, even if it's just emotionally, to allow him to deal with that. And then things can move forward if those promises come true. Does that make sense?
I like that. I like that. Okay, beautiful. We're just going to move. I feel like there's some questions coming through now, which is fantastic. So if you have jumped on, again, animal questions to the front. Nicole is an animal communicator and bloody brilliant at what she does. So definitely bring those questions to the service. Of course, we will answer any other questions. Sean has gone, I love to talk to you. I live in America. It's always been my dream to go to Australia. My favorite animal is the koala bear. Well, if you knew a little bit about the koala bear, it may not be your favorite animal, but anyway, I'll leave that one there. No, the poor koalas get some bad rep, but they are beautiful. I actually still haven't touched one. Have you?
Yes, have you not? You're in Australia.
Still haven't touched. I know, and I literally live in Port Douglas when I can just go to the wild habitat and just do it. No, I've never touched a koala bear.
Oh, you need to.
Oh, but I've had chlamydia, so I don't need it again. Anyway, don't need it twice. I'm going to kick off the animal questions for you with my own, actually. So I'm going to go off script here. And I'm going to show you a picture. This is a dog. It's not my dog. It's my housemate's dog, but obviously lives with me. And it's been really, it's attached itself to me. Her name's Quail. She's obviously in the living.
Okay.
She's outside my door right now. I can hear her, which is interesting. Anyway, I will show you a picture of her. So I'll hold it. It's going to cover you. So you tell me when
Okay.
I can take it away. So
Yeah.
this is the dog. Oh, hang on. There she is.
Oh, she's so cute. Oh my god.
Um,
Yeah.
3 years old. A rescue,
Oh,
and yeah, her name's Quail.
quail. Is that
Yeah,
okay? Sorry, I just wanted to.
Quayle. Quail. I think it comes from one of the I don't know. I didn't name it.
Okay, let me just.
That
Do you
was
know what
taken
I
a week
feel
ago.
too? What was that? Sorry.
Oh, that
Oh,
photo was
if I
taken
say
a
you
week
can
ago.
see me. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, hey. See, do you know what? With animals, this is going to go back to energy reading. I feel like it's kind of like what she sees in you is something she needs, and it feels like when I connect to her, it feels like I'm going to say sad, but more of like it's a memory. I feel like she had someone that you remind her of, and I want
Oh,
that energy
interesting.
near me. Yeah, so I just it feels like because you just want to have that closeness and that togetherness, and also how you match energy. You know how you just meet people, and it's the same with animals, and you're just like, oh, my people, my people. I feel like that's what she's doing as well. What's that? There's something about your smell too. I know that sounds weird, and it's not that you stink. Let
I
me
do
just make
shower. I do.
you
Yeah.
do
No.
shower. I mean, there's hormones and things that animals can smell that we cannot. And I feel that there's something in you that it feels like that sounds so bad, but it feels like the last person was either, it feels like they, for her, I mean, obviously it's from her perspective, it feels like there's such a sharp cutoff. It feels like they died. Now, I don't know if that's actually how, it went down as if they did die, but it feels like for her, it was just like a ripping away of someone that I really loved. And you have that same energy as that person. And I feel like
Oh,
this.
yeah. I know exactly what you're saying. Yep, that makes
Oh,
sense.
okay. And I feel like this person from her past actually would take her everywhere. So she's kind of seen you and
Yeah.
gone, yep, this is my person. And it's not like it's not a reincarnation. I know that because you're there and that person was alive at the same time you were, but it's kind of like the match of energies. And it just makes me feel that this animal
What
just,
I
yep,
think it is obviously because this isn't my animal.
yep,
But the mother who I'm living with,
mhm,
her son used to live with her, obviously, and the
mhm,
quail was brought into the life as a puppy from the beginning with the son, but then the son's just moved to Sydney, like torn away last minute, and then I've come into the picture, and then he's
right.
also gay. He's also gay too, so the energy would be quite similar.
Yes, it would. Yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense. And it's just someone I can cling to. And not saying like mum does a good job, the person that you live with and the owner is a good job. It's not about that. But dogs tend to pick their
Oh,
humans.
she was.
Yeah.
They were like tied. Like she would sleep with
Mm,
him, and now she's coming into it's and it was a different house too. So it's a different house, new house. He's gone. I'm here, so I can see why she would be then drawn to my energy in my room because she did that back then.
yeah, definitely. And so also it's a way of healing as well. So like she can heal in you with you and have that connection with you, and it's kind of connecting with him. But also I feel like she brought a lot of what's the word, balance to him. So I feel like that's what she's trying to
Yes,
do for you as
yeah, he's got
well.
a few mental issue, not mental. That's disability
Yeah, I know
issues.
what you mean, just emotional. Yeah.
Oh no, but actual physical disabilities.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Uh, yeah, so she definitely helped. Like a what do you call those dogs?
Like a
Support.
service dog or something.
Yeah,
Or
a bit
support
like
dog.
that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Support. Yeah.
Oh, how sad for her. So you're her best thing that and again, no disrespect to the owner, her owner now, but these dogs tend to pick their owners or their people. So you're her people.
Okay, that's good. Oh yeah, I've always wondered. Yeah, like when I first, because I've been here for 3 months, only like,
Mm.
well, 2 days ago was 3 months. And yeah, the first probably 2 weeks, she would actually run away from me. Like she's scared of me. And
Mhm.
then that was it. It was like, it went from running away to not leaving my sight. So
Oh,
it's
do you know
like,
what
I wonder what shifted there. For how do you go from being scared of me
Mhm.
to all of a sudden you can't leave me?
The way I see it is kind of like I recognize this energy. I recognize this type of person, but you're not my person. And it's kind of a bit of a shock. And again, if you're in a new house too, that's a really big upheaval for a pet. So to go from
Yeah.
not having a person, moving to a new house with a similar person, but not your person, it's a shock. But then I feel once she realized you're staying and she can come to you and sit at your feet and be near you and come near your bed, then she's like, well, that's it now. We're just besties, you know?
Oh, and she
So,
calms me too. Like I
mm,
pick up on her energy.
yep.
And yeah, it's calmed me down too. To the point where it's
Yeah.
like, okay, I need, codependent. I need some space. Like, because she's a very codependent dog. She's
Yep.
on anti meds because of it. So
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, sometimes it's like I just want to be in my room with the door closed, but she'll literally lie against the door on the other side, and I'm like, oh, I would love to have you in, but I just need you to like understand. But and they do get that, don't they? Like they're like, I'm not
Yeah.
being rude. I just
Yeah.
need to be alone. But I
Yeah.
don't care that you're there. I know you're there, but it's like I can't bring you in.
I would say that too. I would
Oh,
verbalize it,
okay.
or you yeah, don't even have to, even if you don't want to verbalize it, if someone's around, just think it and just say, I just let her know, I understand you're there. I know you're there for me. And I love your support through the door, but I just need some me time. And she may just relax because she may think, oh my God, he needs me. Like he needs me.
Yeah, it's like,
So
hello, let me in. Like I'm here.
yeah,
What are you doing?
yeah.
And
So
just quickly,
over
because we will
explain.
get we'll get into some ratings. We've got a couple that have
Okay.
just jumped in, but I really want to ask you this because you touched on it. I think it was 2 weeks ago when we were live last, or it was recent. So it's recent in my brain. I can't remember how
Okay.
you said it, but it really
Oh,
um it's fun. I don't know how to explain it, but it's like I remember it so vividly. I think it was something to do with when you're training dogs, but also or cats, but I think mainly
yeah.
dogs here. But
Yeah.
also teaching them. You said it was basically we're talking about toilet training and the dog doing the accident in the house, and rather
Yeah.
than punishing them or scolding them because they don't necessarily understand, you said
Yeah.
something about when you're telling them or when you're training them, something about to visualize what it is you're trying to
Um,
say.
yes.
Does that
I,
yeah, can you
yeah.
explain that? Because I've
Yeah.
kind of yeah, and how what to do.
Yeah, absolutely. So this goes for pretty much a lot of situations with pets. So animals pick up on your thoughts, feelings, and emotions. So when you're saying to a pet, oh, don't pee there or don't go toilet there, first of all, they don't pick up on the don'ts. They hear go toilet there, like little kids.
Ah,
But
okay.
when you're saying that, you're also not visualizing the right outcome. You're actually visualizing them weeing in the spot. So when they're connecting to your energy and they translate your thoughts to their energy, they think they've got approval to go toilet there because in their mind, you've given them approval to go there. A good way to explain it is say if you've got a dog running towards a road and your first reaction is, oh my God, don't run towards the road. But in your mind, you're thinking, that dog's going to get run over. They're going straight to the road and they're getting run over. Now, when they're in that energy, they're connecting with here, not here. And they're like, oh, go to the road, go to the road. So if you can switch your mind and say, come here, or say something like, come back to me, feet on the ground or bum on the floor, something to make them stop and sit or come back to you. And you're visualizing that. When you've got your thoughts and your mind lined up, you've got a better chance of having the right outcome because you're sending
Right.
them the right visualization. You have to visualize the outcome you want, not the one you're expecting.
Which can be
So,
hard because as humans, we
yep,
go straight to that, especially if you're panicking, you're like, oh my God, my dog's going to
yep,
die. It's
yep.
like to sort of calm you in that split second moment to go, no, calm, sit. That's what you need. Like,
Mhm. It's
but
hard.
can be done though. Bit of practice.
Yeah, it works, but it's hard.
Okay.
Yeah, I get it. I've had a dog that was really aggressive, and my first thought was, oh my God, he's going to kill this dog. And he just kept attacking. But it took me about 6 months to really change my thought pattern. And then it was like, it's crazy. It can be done,
Oh
but
no,
it's hard.
I believe you. I believe I've seen
Yeah.
some miracles with animals. All right, let's get back into some readings. We just went off script there, but thank you to everyone that has been writing in. Yeah, we've got a couple we'll get through, which is great. Okay, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I'm going to give you Debbie. Just a general reading. Anything coming up I need to know? Maybe meeting my soulmate, or just what comes through.
Okay, well, let's do the Messages of Love Oracle deck. So let's see. For this is Debbie. See, I'm seeing something around November. It's sounds really bad, but it sounds like, feels like September 11, but it feels like the other way around. So like November the 9th, that type of so beginning of November, I feel like that's when you're going to meet someone out of the blue. It's really hard. Don't expect it, but expect it. But I'm not going to say how I'm seeing it. I'm just going to say I feel like it's in a very natural way. I'm not talking dating apps. I'm talking almost as if you're bumping into someone. What's this one here? See, the mistakes card has come up. So I feel like when this comes up in relation to readings for love, it feels like you're going over mistakes that have happened to you, or maybe mistakes that you have done in relationships. So I feel like this time for the next few months is a good time to really let go of anything that has been a mistake in the past, because what you're actually doing is drawing more people to you like that. So we need to get rid of those mistakes and almost cut the cords to that. There you go. The person you're going to meet is, I don't know if you can really see this, conversation. There's conversation, and I want to call you and hear your voice. So for me, this means someone who's actually mature, who wants an actual relationship and will actually go to the effort of calling you and wanting to be with you. I know that's very rare in this day and age. Everything's text and messages and, memes and stuff. There you go. Time. It's going to take a bit of time. This guy's looking at his watch. And it says, I'm afraid it's too late to take action, but it's not. So I feel like one thing you need to do is recognize the old patterns of the past and disconnect from those cords or energy cords, so you can actually move through and release that from your life, so you can move through and get the right person in and not just recall the same sort of person but in a different face. So but I'd be talking at the end of the year. Yeah, so I hope that makes sense. Sorry, I know I
beautiful. No, that's okay. I'll just wrap you up. We've got 20 minutes. Definitely get your questions in. I'm loving that people are jumping on. It's like nothing at the start, and then it's like boom. It's like everyone jumps on. We're going to go to Teresa. You've already asked this question.
What's this one?
I'm going to give it to you anyway. I know you've already done this reading, but we'll do it again and see what it's basically on Teresa. Her mice Bubbles, who's in spirit. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do. Because I do believe that I think 2 of them came up, and there was, I remember some animals not going to an area in a pen because that energy is still there. So
I might actually, see what you get. Otherwise, Teresa, if you've got another question, because you have already asked this in the past, so it might just end up being a repeat message for you, which is kind of pointless. You might as well ask a new one.
Yeah. Do you know, all that I feel like is coming through, it just feels like that you are probably going to get some more, not replacements, but just addition. And it may, I don't know whether you're thinking about getting more, but it feels like you're quite possibly going to get more mice because they make you happy. And if they make you happy, then why not? So there you go.
I can't. I tried to have a pet mice once. No, can't.
Some people just gel
Can't.
and people don't.
Yeah, totally. And snakes and too. Like my sister wants a snake, and I just went. See, for me, if I'm having a pet, I need to hug it and play with it, and I mean, I suppose you can do that with some animals. Anyway, I'm just like
Yeah.
I like the affection part of it. That's the whole point of really getting a pet.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's just Debbie has said, yes, I've been dealing with what you have said and moving forward.
Perfect. Keep going.
Definitely. Nita would love to know what's coming up or any spirit messages, please.
Okay. Do you know what? I'm going to pull up another deck. Sorry, I have all these decks literally at my hand. I rearranged
Here's
my
one
room.
I prepared earlier. Yeah.
Here's one I prepared earlier. So I'm actually going to pull up this deck. This is Talking to Heaven deck by Doreen Virtue. So most people know Doreen Virtue. So I'm just going to see if this deck relates, but I'm getting someone that had something to do with the temple. They had something wrong with the temple, whether it be headaches, but it feels like it's more internal than that. I'm not getting the pain, so it doesn't feel like it's a stroke, but could have even been like more of an aneurysm type passing. It feels sudden anyway. And I'm getting a more male energy. So let me just see. Is it your dad or dad-like? Someone like that. Someone that likes motorbikes. Anyway, let me see. Come on, give me one card. Oh, I feel like this one. Oh, we've been together. Oh, damn light. It says we've been together in dreams. So I feel like you've dreamt of this person. They've given you sort of life advice in your dream, and you've woken up and you thought, what did they say? But I feel like you've been guided by their words without even realizing it you have. I might just pull one more and see. This one. Believe in yourself, you can do it. This light is starting to really annoy me. See if that's just worse. Anyway, it says believe in yourself, you can do it. So I feel like there's a man that's coming through and you've seen in your dreams, and you maybe cannot recall what they've been saying to you in your dreams, but a big strong message coming through that believe in yourself, because it feels like maybe you're doubting yourself and you shouldn't be. So there you go. Sorry, I'm just trying to speed up the reading so everyone gets a reading.
No, it's fine. I like that though. Yeah, straight, solid advice there, which is great. Awesome. Veronica has asked, will my finances improve?
Oh, that's a good one. Let's go to the T one. Let's see if there's someone blocking you or whether you have some sort of blockage in finances. Oh, what's this one? Oh, moving. Are you thinking about moving? It feels like there's I'm seeing boxes. Well, obviously there's boxes on the card, but it relates to moving. Maybe you need to move and I don't know if that's a physical move. Actually, you know what? I'm looking at it. It feels like there's more of a mental move, and you need to shift things around and refocus and reprioritize things, because it feels like there's a few things out of balance, and that's what's draining your money. And it feels like once you remove those things and see the value in them, as in you may be spending things that you could probably not spend money on. We all do that. But it feels like you can actually start saving in little areas and it'll add up quickly. That's interesting. Now he's holding 2 boxes, so there must be some sort of reference to 2 as well. So it's quite possibly 2 months where things are going to start really improving, and you may even be getting a pay rise, which will help. And if you get a pay rise, treat it as if you didn't get a pay rise. Oh, there you go. Bad habits. You need to break the bad habits. So there could be a few things in there. I'm not saying you're full of bad habits. We all have some sort of, not addiction, but something that we like to spend our money on that we could probably not. And if you give that up for maybe, I'm seeing a year, you'll feel like you'll have more money than you actually realize. So sorry, that may not be what you want to hear, but oh, I dropped a card. That's what I was getting. Oh, there we go. Sorry.
I was at the end. Sorry.
Yes, I wasn't sure. I was like, do I keep talking?
I was just sitting back listening. No, I was just reading. So I got distracted with Lisa's comment. She just posted up. So again, Lisa is on my show straight after here at 8:10 tonight. Lisa is the guest psychic. But I didn't realize. Yeah, of course, 2 and 4 equals 6. So it's 666 today.
There you go.
So, and it was funny because you would have probably seen my status earlier before going live about which I won't go into detail because I'm going to go into my detail in my next show. But today is significant to me because I essentially started my career 18 years ago today on the 6th of the 606. So it's just interesting that today equals the 2-4 equals 6. So it almost equal anyway. It's just spiritually, there's a lot today. Like there's a lot to celebrate today, and I didn't even put 2 and 2 together. That 2 and 4 equals 6. Nice. So today almost equals the 666, 18 years after. So I just my mind just went, see ya, and I'm like, oh, you're finished.
It makes sense. So, yeah.
So anyway, but I was listening. You have me thinking of who it could be from Nita.
Trust no one.
It'll make sense if you trust it. Legit. Look, don't take our advice, but do. Basically, Nita, you'll know who that is if you just listen. Like, not listen. Well, you know what I mean? Like, just let it ask and then let the universe show you because they will. Okay, let's just move on, shall we? I'm sorry. I get distracted easy. Something shiny, forget about it, I'm gone.
Me too.
Let's do. All the questions are the same, which is hilarious. There's such a thing.
Group reading. What's the main theme?
Job. So this one, can I please have a job reading?
Oh, do you know what? I'm going to have to use my other card.
From La Quinta.
Oh, I love your name.
I know.
Do you know what? Now is the time for new jobs. Now is the time for, I know, because obviously we're going from 30th of June is the end of the financial year. People should be getting pay rises or promotions. And I know a lot of people are holding out for the next 4 weeks. And if they don't, they're going to move. And I feel like there's going to be a lot of shifts because I feel like some people will not be happy. Will not be happy because nothing's going to happen for them, as in pay rise, that sort of stuff. You'll get the whole, well, you know, we're lucky to have a job type talk. Let me see. Okay. All right, what's this one? Oh, be creative. Think outside the box. All right. So what else do we have with that? Why are we thinking outside the box? Do you have a side hustle? I'm just curious as to whether you have a side hustle and that your side hustle is, or no, you're thinking of having a side hustle. Trust your intuition and your psychic and trust. So for me, honestly, I don't feel like you're happy where you are. You know, the reason why I don't feel like you're happy where you are is because it's not what you're meant to be doing. And I feel like you are capable of so much more. And what you want is so much bigger than where you are. And obviously don't quit your job on what I said, but focus on where you really want to be, because I don't feel like this is the area. But I'm getting that it makes me feel like an area where I actually help people and make an actual difference instead of just feeling like I'm just a number in a company, or, you know, someone may say thank you, but they don't really mean it. And I'm just feeling like I want to, that didn't work. I want to help people because it makes me feel good. Okay. One more card. This one. Oh, do you need to study to get where you need to be? Okay. So what I would do is I would take this as a, take the next few months to focus on the area you want and take the time to study with what you want. So then you can move in full confidence after the new year, as in the actual, not financial new year, but the actual new year, into the area that you want to be in. Because I don't feel like you're going to be happy in the area you're in. And life's too short. Don't do it. Just do what you want. It's not a dress rehearsal. So there you go.
Well, yeah, I'm learning that. I think we're all learning that a lot. Well, if you don't learn it now, you don't. That's the sad thing. And then I keep going back to COVID times because you know, that was such a unique opportunity that if you didn't learn during that, you just won't. Like what if it's not if you're not gonna if it's gonna take a pandemic and you're still not gonna learn, you
You're
then
stuck.
yeah,
You're
we
done.
can't help you.
Yeah.
Not that
We
you can't
tried.
be helped, but like
Yeah.
so yeah, it is. It is as you said. It's not a dress rehearsal. Like we've really got to
That's it.
hair and makeup, and I cook.
See, hair and makeup make people feel good, and you're doing way more than
So
just the
does
exterior.
food. So does food.
True. You could be a nutritionist and a hair and makeup artist and work for
Or
yourself.
yeah. Great. Okay, we've got about 9 minutes. Let's see. We've got 9 minutes
Okay.
and a few left, but we may not get through to everyone, which is totally okay. So I'm gonna go, who am I drawn to? I swear these questions are all the same. And maybe it's just me, but to me the energy feels the same. Okay, from Kylie. Anything for me regarding love and relationships, entering timelines?
Let's go to the Love Oracle deck. If we don't get enough, like if we don't get all the questions answered, maybe they can pop over to your live after and, pay for a mini reading. Just saying.
Possibly, yes. Well, yes, I am live at 8 o'clock, or 8:10 with Lisa D, who's doing readings. So yes, it doesn't end at 8 o'clock. You can come over to my page and the party will continue on.
Oh, geez. Literally up. Okay. Clearly you're going to meet someone. Can you see that? The inseparable, the two hands, love. Our love is always there despite our distance. I have a feeling you may meet someone that's not quite in your area, and there may be a little back and forth, a little long distance there. Not that that's bad. People don't like long distance, but I feel like sometimes it may make a relationship a bit stronger because you can handle that. So don't be surprised if you meet someone. I'm actually hearing middle October. I could hear that in my head, middle October. Now that could be this year or next year. Let's hope it's this year. But I feel like it almost feels like someone's knocking on your door, like they're going to chase you down. I'm knocking on the door. That is really cool. All right. One more card from here, please. Oh, unfinished business. Do you know someone with unfinished business that lives a little bit of a distance away from you? Perhaps someone unrequited love that may be knocking on your door. Now, knocking on your door could also be sliding into your DMs, but that would chase you. So I would, do you know what? I'd start living your best life and just let them chase you, because you don't have time to be chasing people. Let them chase you, and they want to. So there you go. Mid-October is what I'm getting. End of the year is good time.
I love that. People are asking. I'll share the page soon. We'll do the readings first, and then before we wrap up, I will share the page for you to come to, because I actually don't even know how to do it here, but I'll work it out. So yeah, stay tuned in. I'll let you know where you can come to for more fun. I'm going to give you, this will be an interesting one. Sean, who is from America, who loves koalas.
Yes.
What is S feeling towards me?
Oh, all right. Lucky I'm holding the deck in my card. Okay. I'm actually going to, I'm getting a feeling to pick up what's the T cards as well. So I want one card from here and one card from there. Hang on. This one's sticking out. Oh my God. I've got hope again. Okay.
Oh, interesting.
Hope. Yeah. That's a good hope. I'm feeling quite a good feeling with that one. And what's the T? Oh, this one's feeling. Oh, interesting. Is there a love triangle going on? I feel like we've got this whole love triangle going on, but you've got the card hope. So I would, it feels like nothing's happening at the moment, but it feels like the love triangle is going to come back. Whoever this third party is doesn't feel like it's going to hang around for long. So I feel like with the hope, hang on to the hope. How do they feel? Confused. If I have to put it in a word, confused, not sure which direction, but hold on hope that S will refocus back onto you. I'm actually not getting a timeline with this one. Maybe I'm not meant to know, and maybe you're not meant to know, but I feel like
and that's usually the case. Yeah.
And Yeah, there could be multiple different reasons as to why, but I would just feel like this person's confused, but hold on hope. There you go. There's a quick answer.
Beautiful. One more, last one for the night before we wrap. Will I be
Righto.
successful obtaining my promotion? Again, work.
I'll use my modern oracle. Definitely feels like a race. As in, like, there's another person that's quite, up there as well. Let me see. What is that? It feels like you're going to have to do something in the next week or so that's going to make you stand out. I don't feel like... See, I've got the be free, walk away. It feels like don't be so tied up in the answer. Don't feel so tied up in there, which is so difficult when you're waiting for a response. But it feels like there's going to be something that happens in the next week that changes their mind to go, oh, actually, this person, we had our heart set on this person, but perhaps this person, because someone's going to notice something. Okay, I got the love romance card. You can't really see that, but I don't feel it relates to a physical, actual romance. It feels like maybe someone will actually start to turning their someone that maybe was indifferent to you may actually be like, oh, actually, that person's not that bad. Maybe quite perhaps the person for the job. And the last card I got was the blessings, prayer of intention. So set the blessings, set the intention, let it go, and do your best of your best work over the next week to 2 weeks so that they can see you and you'll get noticed to get that promotion. So that's what's coming through. I know it's not a straight yes or no, but I don't feel like it is at the moment.
But again, I feel like in the last reading, you're not meant to know. So I feel like sometimes when we know too much, we look for it and then we get disappointed when it doesn't happen. And sometimes I always say this to my clients as well, is that, sometimes we don't mean to, but we've manifested to happen differently because we're expecting it. So sometimes spirit will we're not going to tell you because it's just healthier that way. So don't take that as disappointment or that we're not holding information. It's better for you because you still have the free will to work it out.
Correct. Yeah, that's a great explanation.
And thank you to everyone. We'll start to wrap up. So if any of today's readings has resonated with you, or you want to book in, Nicole, are you taking any bookings at the moment?
I am. I believe I'm booked up until like the 16th of June. So probably the last half of June, I can start taking bookings again. But pop over to the website and you'll see when I'm available.
And that is?
My website is connecttoanimals.com, or if you're on Facebook, you can look up Nicole Elizabeth Animal Communicator, and the link to the website will be there as well.
So for those that might be wondering, because obviously tonight you did sort of general psychic readings as well as animals. If they want to book with you privately, is it strictly animal only, or will you still do psychic readings?
Well, it's actually funny that you asked that. You must be psychic. Just recently, I did add I think it's a 30-minute, like for $60 oracle card reading. And I think in the website I used Modern Oracle, but I could use any deck that I have here because I do have quite a range. So I can do human readings if you prefer. I do predominantly, though, focus on animals because that is mainly my passion.
Yeah, of course.
Sorry, people.
So do that. Definitely jump on. For those that are wondering, yes, So for those that asked, Psychic Readings by MJD, that's the page. I don't know if that gives you as a link, but that's basically where you need to go. I'm about to jump on in 10 minutes time over my page. I've got Lisa D, who is guesting. I can't even speak. I've got another hour to go, so I'm doing well. I've got Lisa D, who is my guest psychic. So if you do want to jump on over and continue with your readings, they are paid readings. They're $15 for a short paid reading. Otherwise, we'll be back in 2 weeks' time with a surprise guest. Who knows who's going to be on? Thank you so much for jumping on, Nicole. As always, it's a blessing.
Oh, thank you. It's always fun.
It is. It's fun, and we'll see you very soon, I'm sure.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you, everyone.
All right. Thank you. For those that are wondering, thank you for your questions tonight. We almost got through all of them, but obviously with time, we can't get through them all. But yes, come back in 2 weeks' time. We'll be back to do more readings. Of course, like I said, if you do want to jump over to my page, bit of a plug, I'm about to go live with Lisa D. So you've got another hour of readings over on my page if you want to keep the party going. Otherwise, have a great night. It is a full moon. It's a new moon in Gemini. The planets are aligned, so set your intentions, watch the decision-making process in the meantime, because you might be a bit confused. That's only going to last about 3 days. Stay true to yourself, and we'll see you very, very soon. Love and light to you all.